Hello, this is Nancy Wilson from Heart and Roadcase Royale, and you're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
Listening to Brigade Radio 1.
Cocktail parties, and I'm bookable. Just reach out through the Facebook.
The numbers at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, you want me to wow you with a bunch of insignificant Hollywood stories? I'm your guy.
Oh, man.
But it is fun to talk about this kind of stuff. It is hilarious. Yeah, you should see it. The kid stays in the picture.
You don't do like your own your own little talks or whatever like that. Like I can see you totally doing that. Like,
I get asked to all the time, but I just don't know how to you know what the thing about it is you know how this goes, right? Like this is fun. And if we were having martinis, it would be even more fun. But the moment you tell me, like, I want to plan something, a talk, fucking forget it.
No,
It's
it's like
off
putting
the
money.
rails.
Yeah,
I see you doing this. There's this thing called the Airbnb experience, right?
Oh, my God.
So you get your place, Airbnb experience, you can pitch them different things. Like some people do magic shows, do magic lessons,
Nice.
sushi rolling, cooking lessons. You should do a Hollywood, like Hollywood stories. Like, because you know the backside of it. You hire a bartender, you charge people cover, unlimited drinks included, and you just tell the crazy shit you know.
This is sounding better and better to me. The unlimited drinks part definitely has me interested, and I think we should do it like a tandem. Like you'll be the magic side, and I'll do the Hollywood side, and we'll do like an old Hollywood side, and we'll even do like a bullshit tarot reading. But they'll know it's bullshit because we're not con men. But we'll just do a thing like where we have rigged cards that maybe we design,
like with funny predictions or something.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
I mean, the funny thing is, I've been asked to write a book for years about my tenure at Warner Brothers. The thing about it is I've always told people I was just a low-level executive. I didn't really. I mean, I worked with Schwarzenegger, but I have great stories because I was low-level. The higher level you are, the less you have to tell.
Well, you can't.
Yeah,
there's just nothing you can say.
Exactly.
It becomes a point when it all stops.
Yeah, Have you ever worked with Schwarzenegger?
No, I was on the set with him once. I watched because my friend of mine was producing something he was doing, and I came on set and I watched him. I watched him wait for about, no shit, 3 hours, and then he showed up and he was resplendent. He was perfect. Everything on his body.
Were they waiting for him?
Yeah. They'd set up the shot. They were setting it up. It was a little set. At the time they were doing little pickups for this. It gets into the elevator shaft and he grabs onto some cable or something up there, some cross beams.
Wait a minute, is this Collateral Damage? Because that's the movie I was on.
It was Howard Koch was the producer.
Okay, it sounds like Collateral Damage.
And I was there to have lunch with Howard, and so I watched this scene go down. He holds and cut. Okay, thank you. Next setup, and he wandered off, and we waited for another 3 hours. It was like unbelievable. Like they do one little piece at a time. Yeah. But anyway, it was a mind blowing for me because he shows up and there he is. He's big,
I was surprised he was 2 inches shorter than me when I met him because I thought he was going to tower over me. He comes across so big on the screen. Yeah. But I actually loved working with him, and one of the things that without getting into his personal business because everyone wants to bring that up when he's mentioned. I don't know about that, but. On the set, he would talk to the guy who made his coffee and the janitor the same way he talked to the head of the studio.
Yeah, and you gotta love that. That is absolutely greatness. I love when people are like that.
Like when I worked for John Milius, right? He got me out of the mailroom in Building 81, and you can always tell Milius's office at Warner Brothers because they had Property of the Hells Angels on the door. And I go in there and I go, hey, and I worked at Bel Air in feature development when they were doing Collateral Damage, and they had to do $12 million in reshoots. Disaster of a movie. And the rumor was Maria Shriver wrote a draft. So I go to John, I go, hey, your boy is on the lot doing reshoots. And he's like, who? I'm like, well, Conan, because he directed Conan. He's like, well, let's go see him. So we jump on my golf cart, and it's like 2 bears on this golf cart because he's like Hemingway. He's really – and it's a non-smoking lot, but, of course, he's billowing cigar smoke like an exhaust pipe down every – he's like he's part of the old school. So he's like, this non-smoking nonsense doesn't apply to me. We show up at the stage where they're doing it, stage 8, stage 12, one of the ones by the front gate. And we get out, and there's like a David Spade guy with the headset, like the, excuse me, sirs, can I help you? And Millie's just like, I'm here for Schwarzenegger. And he's like, like annoyed, like, all right, and you are, and he just takes the stub of the cigar out of his mouth. He's like, just tell him his boss is here. And so Schwarzenegger hears this because his trailer's right there. We don't know it's his trailer. Schwarzenegger comes out, and he immediately goes, John, how are you? It's look, they kind of catch up, they hug, and John at one point goes, hey, this is Ethan. He works with me, and Schwarzenegger puts his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, you got good shoulders. And then he points at my gun. And he says, but you look like you've been relaxing. And then he looks at John, who's this huge rotund guy, and he goes, and you look like you have all of Lake Superior in you, Lake Havasu stuffed in you. You know, and you can't. It's like such.
I love your good imitation. You sound
oh man, I've been practicing it.
Dude,
and then I remember like a couple days later, I had to hand off the trailer for Collateral Damage for him and his publicist to approve. So 2 video cassettes. Tells you when this was. So I get on the bike, do a Pee Wee Herman, right, zip across Warner Brothers, and I find a PA who later went on to go work for Tom Cruise, and I go, hey, give this to Schwarzenegger when you see him. He's got to sign off on it. He goes, no. Don't hand me that. Please, don't hand me that. Like it was going to sting him. Schwarzenegger hates me, dude. He hates me. He never talks to me. He walks right past me. He hates me. Please don't make me hand him that. Ethan, I'm begging you. Don't make me. And I'm like, take this fucking cassette because I got to find the publicist. Would you rather find the publicist? Hand this to Arnold when he's, no, please. Well, Schwarzenegger is in the trailer and we don't know, and we're getting really loud, arguing about who's going to hand him this video. And he comes out and he's like, what's going on out here? Now, I've had the moment where he's insulted me, so I figure I know him. So I immediately turn and go, Arnold, this guy thinks you don't like him. And Arnold looks him up and down and goes, well, I don't.
That's great.
And so the guy looks so devastated. So, of course, I get that Arnold's kidding with him, so I make it even worse. I'm like, what do you know? You're right. He doesn't like you. Arnold, here's the cassette.
You're going to run with it. Of course you got him.
And the guy he looked like he was going to die. It was like, what's his name on The Simpsons? Milhouse. It was just like, oh. It's just one of those funny moments. But you couldn't help. But, I mean, the guy's professionalism, what I loved about him is he would do absolutely every interview, whatever was required, total jobber, never an attitude. Well, he has such a work ethic. Yep. His day was over times 10, and they'd say, oh, you want to talk to this radio station? And be like, yes, let's talk to them. And, it's just, you got to respect that because Stephen, better than any of us being a director, there are some actors, it's like the pretend death march to get them on their mark.
Well, they say the worst thing you can do to an actor is give them a job. And that's because what happens is they become like famous, and then everyone wants something from them, and then no one liked them before. And now they wonder who they can trust. I mean, I get it. Like, there's a problem there. There's an issue.
And that's why Steve, when he deals with a big star, takes him aside and goes, listen, no one liked you before, and I don't like you now.
I'm just like Schwarzenegger without one. Yeah. I don't like you.
Yes, I don't. You better subscribe to this channel before you look uncool.